Yo, how we doing, everybody? If you have not yet registered, make sure you signed up for the class we got going down in 1 hour from now. Miles and I were cooking on some new content for you guys this
So
afternoon. Super excited to
bring the
let you know this
notebooks, ladies
game.
and gents. We need
Absolutely,
the notebooks, right?
I'm
Because
so
there's a
excited.
lot of stuff that we're breaking down. We combined for almost 900K in revenue last December. So we want to put you guys on specifically to all of this stuff here.
For sure. Yeah, but we'll be here for next 25, 30 minutes or so. So let us know if we can answer any questions for you in the meantime. And then we'll be doing even more of this, showing you some like screen share, some like tactical type stuff, answering more questions here in an hour or so. Nobody left behind this Q4. We are working hard. What's up, Ashton? What's up, Armand? What up, Aaron? Absolutely, crypto. That is quite a username right there. That's a username. I respect it. Yeah, so just let us know if we can answer any questions.
Cool. Sweet. Okay, yes, I'm just getting.
What's up, Sadiq? We got a whole cast in here. Gene, Pickle Rick. It is actually the gang's all here. What's up, y'all?
I'm seeing Sadiq on Saturday.
Bang, that's fun.
Yeah.
Can you watch later? We're probably not going to send out the recording unless you're on the call. We want to show you. We want to be able to really put you guys on if you're on the call live. This stream is not recorded. No. Nor is the training here in a bit. What's up, Edith? What's up, Matt? How do you deal with order cancellations? Prep address been blocked by any retailers? It's probably your prep center is probably too popular then. See what retailers you can get to ship, but that is a thing. If you have a prep center that a ton of people are using, they might have that address blacklisted. You can also try jigging the address. So add like a unit number, an apartment number, like things that don't actually make sense for that address, and it might trick the algorithm into shipping, even though they don't like the address.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is part of it, though. But you should be pretty good. I mean, I used to use a huge prep center, and it was fine with cancels for like a lot of big bulk-friendly retailers, honestly.
That's a good question to ask as you guys are getting prep centers, though, is if you're buying a bunch from a website, ask if they get any packages from that site. Because if they get zero, either it's untapped or more likely that they really don't like that address. Pre-game stream, absolutely, Kevin.
That's a vibe.
We're trying to rally the troops here, Kevin. Make sure everybody's on this call getting the free game.
Cool. Sweet. What up, everyone on Instagram, too? So want to let you guys know we just finalized the Q4 training we're putting on tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. So make sure if you're watching this on YouTube, it's linked in the description. If you're watching this on Instagram, it's linked in my bio. Go check that out because that'll be very, very valuable. And make sure you bring a notebook, digest the sauce right there. There's a lot of specific stuff that we want to make sure it's very actionable. It's ready for you guys to execute on here with everything.
So a master ace, you can get ungated for a specific category. Do you have to ungate each brand in the category? 3 minutes for an ungating question this time.
Yeah, that is actually a very good one.
It's not too bad.
Yeah,
that is a good ungating question, though. Yeah, so Aubrey, we have I'm not sure if you're asking about the auto ungating list that we have below. Sounds like maybe, but so you're gonna unlock a category, but then you're also gonna have like premium brands. So you can unlock, say you have a Burt's Bees invoice that'll get you beauty and Burt's Bees, but then you might also have to unlock L'Oreal, but like smaller beauty brands you get by default, if that makes sense.
Is it only Amazon one can dropship product from? So yeah, I definitely wouldn't recommend drop shipping on Amazon. Unfortunately, it's against Amazon TOS. You're really not supposed to do it. However, I mean, Shopify drop shipping super legit, definitely.
Yeah, they're cracking down on drop shippers right now. They always make sure they got the ships running tight right before they run into Q4, and I've been seeing some drop shipping notices go out for people who are drop shipping.
Yep. Any tricks to get engaged? Yeah. So watch Warner and I's tutorial.
For sure.
If you don't sign up, so that's my boy Jake right there, repping South Carolina. Good follow on Twitter as well. Okay, what's the best Amazon advice you've ever gotten? Definitely like being incredibly active in the community is really the number one that was at least big for me, because I think Warner and I both, we were able to figure it out a lot quicker because we did it with other people. We did it together, so we learned a lot quicker and got to avoid a lot of the mistakes just by solving problems in a group setting, basically. So that's definitely my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that's the best answer. Like I'd have to agree with you on that one.
So I appreciate it on the Keepa affiliate link. So Keepa is only $20 a month. So I don't even know if they have an affiliate program. They probably do. I'm not signed up for it. It's an awesome tool. You should use it either way, though.
I'm pretty sure they do. I think you get 10 cents.
Oh, Wow. Okay. I don't even know why they have it.
Why did it even have it? Like,
yeah, those guys are awesome though. Love the Amex Plum. Well, that's a good point. That is a good point. Yeah, the no preset limit, but I'd rather have it like that than not like that though. Honestly.
For sure. Let's see. Got the Amex Plum, not knowing exactly what each month makes things tricky. Yeah. Does Amex have the thing where you can plug in the number and it like confirms whether or not you can spend that, or is that just Capital One?
No, good point. Yes, so you can go ahead and do that CVH. Actually, you can go in and check your spending power basically on Amex the app. It's in like the check your spending power section, which is pretty nice too.
Nice.
But you guys on Instagram are quiet tonight too. Let me know if you guys got any questions. Do you have any tips on finding the best product, like any specific niches that do well? So the nice thing, Nathan, is that you can see all of the best products just by looking at what other people are selling using what's called the reverse sourcing method. So that's where I would focus when you're new, right? Warner and I have a lot of videos going over what a winning product looks like, examples of winning products. So what you can just do with those is take a look at who else is selling those items, storefront stock those sellers, and then you're going to find tons of other quick selling products. And that's going to be one of the things we're covering in the free class we're holding tonight as well, 7 p.m. Eastern.
For sure. Yeah, not just that. We're cooking some a sourcing method that you guys are going to like a lot. I'm excited for that one.
May I add that we have never shared publicly on YouTube too.
That is true. And we won't send the recording out for that. You got to be live to get that one.
Have you guys done any ADA? I assume you mean ADA, Joel,
yeah.
a little bit, but I wouldn't recommend doing it if you're newer. It's a little bit more risky.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's like a way to like shake it up. If you got capital, you just want to add some variety to your business. That's the joy of it. You can do whatever seems fun, right? If it's making money, like why not? But it's not the best way to go about it if you're new, kind of lower on capital.
Top cashback was hitting today on my sites. Damn, that's what's up.
Rakuten was high on a bunch too. It was a good sourcing day. Not a ton of great coupons, but the cashback was super high.
And the nice thing too is that a lot of these websites have like email sign up and account sign up coupons, and those are evergreen, right? So you can consistently use those again and again. While like some of the more more condensed ones that are only go for a certain amount of time. Is your live event in an hour? Yes. So 7 p.m. Eastern. 7 p.m. Eastern.
Number one thing you look for in a VA? That's a good question. It's not about hiring in general. Is not about hiring who's best that day. It's about who you think is going to be best in a few months or a year from now, right? So you might have some, especially like product sourcing, right? You might have somebody who can find you a few leads today, but they're not really willing to learn and evolve, be coachable, that kind of thing. So I'd much rather have the coachable, like coachability and hard work is like what you're really looking for. You can train, keep a knowledge and all that kind of stuff. You can't train the fact that they want to just improve as a VA, earn bigger bonuses, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, live event. Yeah. They're showing love. Any special guests on the stream later? So just Warner and myself, but we'll be doing a lot of like specific Q&A, and then you guys will have a lot of specific questions around like some of the new stuff we're going to show tonight too. So we'll be able to dig into all that.
My man Armand spending big money, 45K on one ASIN. That is beautiful.
Yeah, jeez.
Is the product worse to sell if there are older multiple third-party sellers? Check the buy box statistics, Nathan. A lot of times you can get just as many sales. Just make sure it's rotating between other people who haven't been in stock for super long or have like low feedback. You're probably good though if you see multiple people making sales. Had an account since 21, been selling since August. Why are FBM listings still not eligible for buy box? Is it like, it might be a shipping setting thing.
I'd almost guarantee it is, because you should get it unlocked pretty quick. You can even just sell some quick stuff break even just to get yourself moving in the buy box algorithm, but you shouldn't have to.
Yeah, just go to like a high volume, or even just like a high volume no buy box listing. Make Amazon trust your account, trust the fact that you can FBM, and then they'll give you buy box more. Is Black Friday coming soon? Yeah, it's in like a month. So that should be like your easiest spend of the month, right? So
yeah,
right now you need to be like documenting products that go up in prices, and then Black Friday, a lot of those are going to be good. And also just getting in reps right now. You don't want to be trying to figure things out on Black Friday when you could have be potentially spending tens of thousands of profitable dollars.
Cool.
Do you skip all? I've never heard anyone say orphan listings, but
that's a great way to put it.
It's a great way to put it. Yeah,
incredibly good way.
I've never heard that, but it is a perfect way to describe what it is. So yeah, the child gets detached from the parent ASIN. I have sold on some of those listings. Yeah, if you see that it sells as an orphan listing, which is that's fire.
You don't also. Yeah, and you don't always have a choice too. You know what I mean? Because like you might hop on a listing and then it happens. You know, that's like a super good question. No, Celsius is bad. You don't drink Celsius, right?
No, I don't, bro. If I do any, like, I go for like some like little teas, and sometimes that makes me shaky. I'm not a caffeine maxer.
Is Nike? Yeah, bro. Just use the emails. Is it okay to fold polybags with product inside to save box space? Yes. Good question, Alex. Yes.
Orphan listing is crazy.
It's
a perfect term for it. That's amazing.
Yeah. Seller support or seller amp support.
One of them is much more useful than the other. Much more helpful.
So I just got BQL with the free trial link. That's awesome. I'd say you mainly want to be using Sales Equalizer when you're new, and then you're going to build out some specific stuff as you go too.
Yeah. And schedule it so that at 2 a.m. every day from 2 to 4 a.m. it raises your price by 10%. You'll make other people follow your price up, and if other people on the listing are doing the same thing, then prices will get bumped up.
Should I keep submitting? Yes. You took the $4 cost to FBM on the standard size in your videos. So Shahir, it depends on the weight of the item and where it's going. For example, if something's 4 ounces and it's going to the state next to you, it's probably going to be about $3.50, $3.75. But if it's going across country, might be more like $4.25. Stuff that's 1 pound or above 1 pound will typically be like 8 to 12, typically, right? Occasionally as low as like 7. And then stuff that's like 15 ounces, 12 ounces, that'll be in the $6 range typically.
For sure. How did sourcing evolve throughout the years? That's a good question. We're kind of specifically addressing that on the training tonight, like how you should be sourcing depending on expertise and stuff. But basically, the worse you are at something, you should be reverse sourcing, and the better you are at something, you should be manual sourcing. And as you progress, you're just going in between with different sourcing methods, kind of a hybrid.
Bro, Miles been doing push-ups. Okay, that's the first person that's pointed that out so far in the stream. I love you, Picklewick. Yes, I've been working on the text for about a month and a half. Yeah.
Best Polybags. I don't know if I've heard of that. I love supply site, but
it's good. It's good, bro. Yeah. That's just good. Yeah, and honestly, I mean, don't really worry about the best polybags are not a super high priority. Like I would agree with you that you're right. But like for most people, I just recommend just using Amazon just because it's way quicker, it's easier, and there's way bigger problems to solve.
Yeah, there's also one of the guys in the community, Gen Z Polybag. That's like a private label. They're pretty good. That's what we use.
Oh, nice. Oh, cool. All right. Well, that I would love to. He's
Justin Post, I think, is the guy who.
Cool. All right. Well, that I super get behind too.
Do you still use tactical arbitrage? I canceled almost all of our accounts. We have one left. And that one kind of gets used. It's very situational at this point. I also use it a little bit for wholesale still. But it's definitely not as useful as it used to be. Seller amp, reverse sourcing, kind of manual sourcing, that kind of stuff is definitely the way to go now.
People didn't really used to talk about reverse sourcing back in the day because it was way harder to filter without seller amp and stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't really even possible without seller amp. Yeah. Because I remember trying to do it. We were kind of on the wave and then found seller amp and we liked it because of the reverse sourcing features.
Yeah, absolutely.
Two main sellers getting majority of the buy box share. How can you ensure you get some of that percentage? So if you're saying they get most of it, see if you can go in, see if other smaller sellers are getting rotation at the same price as them and they just went out of stock or something. That's what I'd guess. Or they're just they have a ton of stock and so that's why they get a big share of the buy box. But usually if there's more than one seller getting the buy box, you won't have a problem getting it. If it's one, then that's where you kind of run into some trouble.
Yeah, nice thing is the buy box stats is going to tell you. There's actually a trick with that tonight that we're covering too that I think everyone needs to kind of be cognizant of and be hip to.
For sure. What shipping should you use? You're going to ship California, USPS costs way too. I mean, it sounds like you should probably just be kind of factoring that shipping cost in if you're ending up paying too much.
Yeah, and we're also talking about one order too. You got to really sell 50 of something, a specific ASIN to kind of be hip to or even just 50 FBM orders in general. Because if you just do one, you might get really discouraged if for whatever reason it looks higher, and then it could be your shipping templates are screwed up. Maybe buy box stats will tell you that too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. Completely. Yeah. You're thinking about the right way.
Yeah. How many live streams do you do in the future? We've been cranking the live streams. My friend we got the live classes going on as well. So that's where we're dropping like a lot more like tactical sauce, that kind of stuff. Just kind of hanging out with you guys on the YouTube streams and stuff.
Yeah. Like tonight, it's like presentation style basically. So like we got like slides, we got a ton of like important sauce for Q4 and such.
Yeah. What do we got? We got the Q4 calendar, how to source during Q4, everything you need to kind of get set up properly. So Q4 specific sourcing methods, and then of course all the like, if you guys are brand new, we'll cover like the basics just so you're not left behind, that kind of stuff as well. Bring the notepad, absolutely. Best shipping settings for Christmas. I just made an FBM video.
Yeah, watch.
Scotty, go check that one out. You probably have an FBM video as well, I assume.
Yeah. Oh, that's super important too. Everyone kind of needs to be hip to that stuff. So unfortunately, cousin Billy Flips is here. Unfortunately though, I am going back to Pennsylvania tomorrow. So there may not, actually will guarantee you there will not be an IRL stream with Billy Flips unless for some reason he straggles around and stays at my crib until next week too. Which I actually think there is a little bit of a chance that happens, but we're not going to talk about it yet.
Is it possible to FBA multiple ASINs into a fulfillment center in one box? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, fill that box up to like 48 pounds. You don't want to go over 50. So just in case your scales off a bit, Amazon scales off a bit, go to 48. You won't get fees.
Billy Flips Media. Lowballing Airbnbs in Tulum. Yeah, bro, don't worry about the packing. No. If a customer, no one has any idea they're supposed to be packing slips in FBM orders. Like Amazon's the only one that ever don't worry about that.
30-45 cents a pound per shipping. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty standard. You'll get like the closer to 50 pounds you are, the closer you get to that 30% rate.
Yeah, and the newer you are too, you're typically not sending like perfectly optimized boxes. That's why it makes sense to do like 45 and 50 cents.
Yeah.
And stuff when you
also like shoes tends to be like 50 to 75 cents just because it's really hard to get 50 pounds worth of shoes in a box. Like
and then the revenue is higher too for that as well. It's like
so the shipping works out when it's like shoes and that kind of stuff.
The most expensive mistake is definitely not like really Chad scaling certain ASINs higher. You know what I mean? Because that's like I'm 50 to 100 grand a year profit basically. Other things. I waited forever to start FBAing, like 7 months, which was a big mistake. My revenue was like stagnant for like a few months 2 years ago because I had to switch everything over to FBA because it wasn't getting the buy box share FBM because it wasn't Q4 after like a big back to school.
Like actual expensive mistake was not looking at buy box stats on an item. We lost like 5 or 6 grand on an item way back in the day. It was fine.
It was the sling.
No.
You lost money on that.
Kitchen knives.
Yeah,
I didn't lose too much on that. We ended up selling those at break even after a while, but that was fine.
Super slow mover, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the biggest mistake was like actual most expensive mistake was doing books for 18 months.
Yes, that's a fact.
Jumping into OA a year earlier with 20 grand would have been way better.
Let's do a resin floor at your warehouse. So like in the same way, like that's actually a pretty good request. I mean, I don't need it, family. I appreciate it, but like, I mean, you're in the right spot for that kind of stuff. What part of the country are you in? Any advice for when you're hitting dead end sourcing? Yeah, like there's technically no such thing as a dead end unless you're doing like manual. Like reverse sourcing keeps going, keep a product finder keeps going. So you just got to go back to the basic, go back to ASINs you already know are good if you've already sold and start there. Because like the more your catalog that becomes restockable, or at least over time everything's restockable, the more you'll be able to find.
For sure. How do you control the ASINs all going to the same fulfillment center? Try to do at least 18 units of the ASIN. Tends to be like a magic number that helps you get it not split, but you can't control the splits. I mean, you can. You pay per unit, and it is not worth it.
Yeah. The nice thing is that, like, especially a lot of you guys watching this right now, by January, you're going to be comfortable with way bigger quantities of product. So you're going to not really have to deal with a lot of splits moving forward. But for now, you haven't seen 36 of something sell in one day. 72 is something selling one day. So you're not comfortable with that volume, which is part of it, right? But we plan on, helping you guys get to that point this January or this December.
For sure. ASIN's found on SellerAmp, not on Amazon. It's probably just out of stock or something then, and that's why you wouldn't have an Amazon listing for it.
Yeah.
So punch it into like the add a product on backend of Seller Central, it's probably there. Why does Amazon start tripping during Q4? I mean, they do it every year. They just make sure your invoices and all that are legit and like all that kind of stuff. You don't want to be the platform that ends up sending 4 stripe Adidas shoes and misspelled Nike shoes under the Christmas tree, right? So they're just trying to make sure that there's no counterfeiters and stuff on the platform for Christmas gifts. How old were you when you first started? How long did you made 10K in profit? I was 18. And it was probably like 6 to 8 months because I was just doing books. But once we started arbitrage, it was maybe a month or 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not one. It was like 2 or 3 months. Yeah. Most expensive book you sold? Found a $1 book at a thrift store. We sold for $3.50. That was wealth back in the day. You're just doing books, driving around. You make $300 off one book. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and dude, like especially knowing what we know now, like how to do like eBay and stuff, like could have totally cleaned up.
Do you still source some Vitacoins? Yeah, a little bit. Pretty bulk friendly. Mostly use FB or FBM. So I mean, when you're newer and you're low on capital, you should be maximizing FBM like crazy. So that's why all of you guys need to be FBMing as much as possible, getting the reps in, growing your snowball of capital, all that good stuff, so that 2, 3, 4 years from now, you got plenty of capital. And now I'm just throwing a bunch of money at FBA products. Just going to sit on it, wait for highest prices of the year and not really have to do much. But that's a privilege of having capital. So you should be cycling capital right now.
And knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other intangible. Like this Christmas, you guys are going to learn what products that are going to stay super high in price look like, and then next year you're going to be able to stock up on those types of items.
Okay, so for some reason a bunch of people just registered for the free training night. So if you're watching this and you haven't, you're missing out. Make sure you go do that. It's linked in my bio on Instagram. It's linked in the description here on YouTube, whether you're watching on Warner or my channel. So yeah, Greg, just shoot me a DM if you want one-on-one help. How are you guys determining your monthly spend goals with no credit card limit? So it just kind of depends on like your risk tolerance. Like this time of year, it makes sense to spend heavier because stuff's a lot more profitable. But you kind of know what you're shooting for in terms of revenue and what you're comfortable with spending. So I'd go off that, dude, and just be strict with yourself, and be flexible. Fake accounts, yeah, brutal. Right, sorry about that. Yeah, we only got one page, man.
Yeah, we will not message you about crypto or I've seen some like insane like decks that they throw together. They're serious about the scams there. What can you do when Amazon lost shipment doesn't accept your invoices? Attach more tracking information. That's probably what they want to see. Because if you like just attach like invoices, then the technical doesn't have proof that it ever actually shipped out. So you want the tracking from your supplier to you, and you also want the tracking from you to your fulfillment center, which you can get that pretty easily through Seller Central. Been doing books for 5 years. Yeah, that doesn't make you a dumbass, but you are missing out on some some potential.
Yeah, come on.
Something is better than nothing. You're not.
Gotta grow up. Yeah, come on, man. Come on.
You're not a dumbass for starting a side hustle of some kind, but it is a little silly not to expand now that you kind of know the ropes. Should you join a Discord that sources leads for you? So like a leads list, like it's not a bad idea for like a month or two. I would not recommend it for you, Pickle Rick. You kind of know what you're doing, man.
Oh, no, Pickle Rick. Yeah, Pickle Rick. No. You don't have to worry about that. Yeah.
If you are brand new and you just want exposure to like new brands, new sales, that kind of stuff, it's not a horrible idea.
Yeah.
You got Gym Body in the building.
Yeah. If you're IPI, don't worry about IPI. Like unless your restock limits are an issue, which they probably aren't. If you're asking that question, IPI doesn't matter. Net profit matters. ROI matters. Chat scaling matters. Oh yeah, pandemic was lit for business. Yeah, because it's everyone started shopping more online,
and it stayed like that. Everyone's still shopping online because of it. So that's why the last couple of years have been so good.
Yeah, I completely agree.
$500 limit on your credit card. Yeah, I mean, you're just gonna have to like run it up and pay it off over and over again until you can get limits boosted.
Do books, free stuff on Facebook Marketplace. You got a lot of hustling to be done.
You can also get like an Amex Business Blue, so you can start building business credit. You probably don't have a business credit if you only have 500.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Plum Card has a limit on it. So call Amex and see what's up with that, dude, because that's pretty rare.
That or they've just been absolutely crushing it.
Which could honestly be reality, but like a lot of other people hadn't been talking about that.
Gotcha. Source your first wholesale products. Where should you start? Start from your OA products if you have any. A lot of your like weird like mid-sized brands that you find OA are good wholesale leads, or even the biggest like fastest selling brands that you can find a distributor for. It's awesome because you can say, hey, we want 1,000 units of this product that you could sell 1,000 units of, and that differentiates you so much from the seller who's calling and saying, hey, can we have a price sheet?
Cool. Starting out OA, but yeah, well, Scotty, on super low capital, man, you got to be buying just a couple of things: FDM and 0-day handling time, that kind of stuff. Yeah, the link. Yeah, so Michael, go to the announcement section of the Discord and just opt in via that, and that'll be good. B Flips is it's a good question. He's out in the wild in Miami right now, somewhere around Brickell City Center. If anyone's in the area.
Where's B Flips?
Yeah.
Free ASIN if you find him.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, technically, yeah, but it's simply like certain little ASINs and stuff. I mean, for enough money, anything gets revealed. So like, yeah, I mean, it's like, pretty much my boys know everything that I do.
Yeah, we pretty much share everything except for like here's how we're looping this one specific website with this coupon, because if we share it, then it's immediately burned and no one makes money on it.
Yeah, but like that's not, we're talking about like super specific things. Yeah. Most of you guys, you got to strive to find people you really trust that you can work with. Lowest amount needed to start. So if you're asking that shows that you probably need to, really be working hard on this stuff. But for online arbitrage, like 1,000 to 2,000, but like you kind of just got to get going with what you have, because like you need to be the type of person capable of making money. The type of person capable of making money, you need to build yourself into that, and you'll find the money to buy stuff if that's the case. Cool, sweet. So we'll hop off now, I think.
Sweet, yeah. Cool. So make sure you guys are registered for the free training. We're starting in about 30 minutes. Super excited. We got a bunch of slides prepped for you guys, some screen shares, different sourcing methods, Q4 calendar, a ton of value for you guys. So make sure you're registered for that down below. We'll see you guys in 30 minutes.
Yep. Link in bio on Instagram. Link in description on YouTube. See you guys soon.